Alrighty, let's go ahead and create our project here. I'm gonna go use the 5.1.1. Okay. Look at those lovely monkeys. They like to pick stuff out their bodies. Pretty cool. So yes, let's wait for that to load. And here we're gonna use C++, but I think you can find relatively similar things with Blueprint. But I'm just more familiar with C++. Go to games. I'm gonna use the third person because it's more fun. And then yes, or first person, I don't know, third person. Okay, and then C++. Yes, those are good. Let me put it to a different place because my E drive is all populated. Just find a place real quick. Alrighty, I'm gonna call this guy EOS test or EOS fun, I guess, create. Okay. Now, I'm of course not explaining the basics of Unreal Engine. So if you just got started, I would say try to learn the basics first, right? Don't do multiplayer, that massive multiplayer online RPG. Although people like that, but that's gonna be really challenging. Even in simpler game engines like Unity, it's a lot. So as a beginner, I recommend to start with something simple. But if you're here, I think you're already very familiar with the engine, and you just wanted to know the online part specifically with the online Epic Online Service, right? So here's what this video is about to talk about. Let me give you some time to create. All right, guys, now we're here in the editor. The first thing we need to do is go to edit and find the project settings or plugins first, actually. And we need to search for EOS. Again, we found everything EOS and check them out. So all these guys: online service EOS, online service EOS game, online subsystem EOS. Yes. What was this thing? Okay, that's fine. And yeah, socket, subsystem EOS, right? All these EOS related things, check them out on, and then we restart. Now we see our monkeys again, right? I have Visual Studio open as well. Let me just put it in here. Alrighty. Now when that's set up, we can go to the project settings, but this time we need to find the EOS stuff. So that's going to be the online subsystem EOS. Okay. And then we need to look for the default artifact name. I'm going to call this guy EOS testing. And copy that and pull that in the artifacts, create a new one and put it in here. Now I don't know why it's called artifacts. It's basically a connection setup, I think, right? Because here you can see the client ID, client secret, all those kind of things. And if you look at the same thing here that we had earlier, right? It's the same set of things. We just copy these guys and put them in here, basically. So first thing, client ID. Let me just copy that here real quick. Oh, make it smaller. Client ID, copy that and pull that in here, and then go back. And then the next one is client secret. I don't know what kind of secret that is. Application ID, copy that. We don't need that actually. Well, yeah. Okay, next thing is product ID, copy that and pull that in here. Sandbox ID, so many IDs. Sandbox ID, this one. Development ID, this one. Encryption key, this one is interesting. You need to have a key there that has 64 numbers there. Right, if you're lazy, you can just type in 4 zeros, copy that and paste. That's 8 zeros, copy that and paste. That's 16, copy and paste 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 64 zeros. If you want to have some fun, maybe change that one to 9. So you wouldn't go wrong, because if you have something wrong, it's going to tell you, hey, you can do this, right? You need oh, damn it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's just have some differences here. This is 1, this is G. I think G is fun too. Oh, E is fun too, because as long as it's hexagon, it's okay. Alrighty, cool. So that's whatever you want, and I think that's it. That's the setup, right? And then we can go start trying to do some basic coding here. So back here to the editor, I need to have some classes. So the first one I'm gonna go make is the game instance. So search for all classes, game instance, and then next, and then I'm gonna call this guy EOS game instance and create class. So basically this is where we need to start doing some coding. Okay, the basic idea is we need to log in first to the online service, right, through the subsystem, and then we can create a session, and then people can join the session. That's the basic idea, right? So if I can draw out the flow, snipping 2 here. So basically we need to ask the online system to log in first, right? Once that's logged in, right, we're able to leverage the system to create things like session. A session is basically a session, right, that the people can join. And at that moment, we need to also make sure that we're listening for joining. So we need to load a map with listen setup. And this is the point that people can join, right? Other people can join. Player 1 and player 2, right? And then this session and listening thing can be set up in the lobby, or actually this listening thing can be a lobby. The session is a session that has those two are not related. Okay, when you create a session, you're basically creating just a session. People can join the session, but they cannot actually connect unless you're listening. Right? That's important. And that listening will be a map that you do as a lobby or a game level, whatever. Right? And then you just go ahead and play. Right? That's the basic idea here. Okay, alrighty. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we have the game instance. The first thing we need to do is to make sure that we overwrite the init function. Oh, why do I have star there? Overwrite virtual void init. Overwrite. When override the init, is a good place that we can start setting up the basic variables, like the reference of the online subsystem kind of thing. Don't forget to call the super, otherwise you'll be doomed. Okay, so first thing, we also have to set up a few more things before we do this. So if you look at the your source code and look for the build.cs, right, we have to add in 2 things. Okay, one is online subsystem, and then the other one is online subsystem EOS, right? These 2 things, and then I guess we need to rebuild it. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the editor right away, and then I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild the solution, or we just click on that, run to rebuild it. Make sure that those things are working before we move on. Okay. Yes, so you need to have those 2 plugins, or I guess modules. Okay, and then it will be also better if we just close Visual Studio, because sometimes the auto completion doesn't work. It'd be better if you just go to tools and refresh the project. And then we're set up with the Unreal Engine. We can start coding. So how about this? We break the video. Right, next one we're gonna go ahead and try to do the logging part of the online system. All right, see you guys next time.